Listen, you know what time it is. It's time for another episode of your favorite podcast entitled We Hate You, Internet! All right, come on back in here. Gather around, gather around. We are here once again in the place where creativity is assembled. It is the content creation factory here in Houston, Texas, and this is We Hate You Internet. It is a podcast designed to bring awareness on the problematic effects of the internet on our lives, as well as celebrate the beautiful simplicity of our humanity, okay? I'm Wilfred Hamilton, I'm your host, and you may have noticed that it is not Clara sitting next to me. Clara got some life stuff going on, you know what I mean? Nothing bad, you know what I'm saying? She just got some stuff she got to deal with, and so she gonna kind of be in and out for the next month or two. So get used to seeing this face, you know what I'm saying? Using this face alone sometimes, but we're gonna have some guests and stuff like that. We're gonna keep this thing rolling, you know what I mean? Wish her all the best and all the things that she's trying to accomplish in her life. Now, I was thinking to myself, you know, since Clara, who can I have here to help me with this particular episode? And I thought to myself, I could think of no better person than my baby girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yay.
My sweetness. This is my wife. Yeah, I say stuff about Clara, but the things I would say about her, I can't hear this. I can't say on camera because, you know. Let's just say I like her a lot.
Yay.
Her name is
Lanellsia.
Lanellsia Hamilton.
Oh, yes, Lanellsia
Make sure the people understand. Yeah, man, people understand. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, bright ideas around here. Yeah, she's spoken for.
That's right.
Lanellsia Hamilton is in the building, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so for today, I was thinking to myself, one of the things that me and Clara had discussed about just maybe having a couple of episodes, getting people more acquainted with us as individuals, right? And so we'd be planning a couple of episodes, talk about background, things of that nature. And I figured, why not take this opportunity to have one such episode today? And so for today's topic, we want to talk about what we call it, Till Death Do Us Part.
Okay.
Right? Okay. And we're going to be discussing marriage and the way that marriage is perceived in a social media heavy society. You know what I mean? Because social media and marriage really don't mix very well.
Right.
In social media, it's like everything is always about the next moment, capturing the moment. You know what I mean? Having this next event and the next viral, you know what I mean, thing, the next challenge, the next trend.
Yeah.
But marriage doesn't work that way.
No.
A successful marriage, you know what I mean? Marriage is day to day. You know, you grind it out like you're living life together in real time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And sometimes one of the best things you can find in marriage is consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the same thing, you can count on this person to act the same way and respond the same way to the same things. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to say that everything got to be boring and like the same, but you need consistency from your partner.
Yes.
And that's kind of the anti-social media, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I wanted to kind of just talk about that, and you know, so we can kill two birds with one stone. I'll talk a little bit about myself and share a little bit more about my life and who I am as a person, while also dealing with this subject. And so, on one of the previous episodes, I'm sure you watched. Oh boy!
I definitely heard about it.
One of the previous episodes, we talked about. I told the story about how we met. You know what I mean, and how we ended up getting married and things of that nature. Episode. I can't remember which one it was. It was the Happier Holidays episode.
I think I missed it because I was cooking and cleaning and like loving you and loving everybody. That's what it was.
What a wonderful excuse.
That's what it was.
I'll accept it.
You got to.
And so, you know, we wanted to just kind of talk a little bit about, you know, how we met, right?
That's
You know what I mean? Like
okay.
when we first, you know, got married, how that was, because you know, marriage it goes through its phases.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I think that it's really important for people to understand that that you have to mature and evolve in your marriage. You know what I mean? Life, your perspective changes as you get older. All these things change, and when you have a partner, you need to make sure that you have enough space to leave, you have enough space in your marriage for it to evolve and for it to grow.
Yes.
And so,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We're going all the way back, 2001,
Okay. Woo.
TSU. You know what I mean?
Right.
I told the people, you know what I mean? I went to Labor Day Classic, big game, you know, Texas Southern versus Prairie View.
Right.
And I saw this pretty yellow thing on the field, cheerleading and all that. And of all the people down there with the short skirts and everything, you're the one that caught my eye. You know what I mean? So, don't look at me like that, man.
You took me back there.
You know, I'm trying to stay focused. You got me.
You took me back there.
You see my feet all giddy.
That day.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had bloomers on with the short skirts.
They look like draws to me.
But you took me back there. That's why.
Yeah, man. So
it's like I can hear the
Alicia,
music.
you know what I'm saying? Your roommate,
my roommate.
former college, former high school classmate was like, oh man, she's such a nice girl. Cause I asked about you and I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, she's my roommate. She's nice. She upstairs right now. And so I'm like, all right, well, cool. Let me go get myself together. And, you know, I go in there and put on a clean T-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I brushed my hair a little bit.
I'm saying it was clean. Okay, it was decent.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Went upstairs, you know what I'm saying? Took the stairs to the elevator. I had to give me some time to think.
Yeah.
And then, again, I come to the door and I say, you know what I mean? Hey, I saw you. I think that you're really attractive, really pretty. And I'd like to see, maybe we can go out and see if we're compatible. That sound about right?
Yeah, I do remember you being really like genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, once you close the door and you agreed, you know, we've talked about these things before. You know what I mean? And you know, you just looking for a free meal. Is that?
Well, at the time, I was just going to college just because that's all that. I mean, that's what I was doing. I did not like college life. And I understand why now, because I'm artsy and this and that, but I didn't like college life. But it wasn't just that. It was just that I guess I wanted a meal. I just wanted to go out, you know, and you seemed like a really nice person. Like, you came to me correct. You were very polite. You know what I mean? And so... All
right, listen up, guys. First thing, you know what I mean? You got to get through the door. That's the first thing. You got to get in the door. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they want a female out of you. But hey, listen, if you get in the door, then you're in the game. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get in.
It wasn't like I was using you. It was just like, this is college life. You know, you go out.
You're not expecting to get married and nothing like that.
No,
just,
you're not expecting anything. And you seem like a decent human being. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So it's like, okay, like, yeah, I'll go out. Because you were very, very, like, you had some sense. You know, you came to my door with some sense. And even I was in college, but I really wasn't in it, you know? So it was like, I get to go out, have a decent time, you know? So, okay, yeah. So it really wasn't a free meal like that, You know what I'm saying?
Revisionist history.
Yeah, because I had my little check from when you get your little check, your refund check, which I should have did more with that. But yeah, it wasn't about that. Yeah, it was because of you. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna make sure.
Okay, now come back, honey, come back.
We want to make sure we get to the marriage part. So we're gonna kind of fast forward a little bit. So we go out to eat. You know what I'm saying? We have a good time.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we took it to Bennigan's. You know what I'm saying?
Bennigan's.
Did it big.
My favorite restaurant. That was my favorite restaurant.
You know what I'm saying? Sung
when
in the car.
Was eating meat.
Enjoy each other's company. We get back from the date back to the apartment / dorms, however you want to look at it. And I said, I'm gonna go work out. You want to come with me? You say.
Was that, wait a minute, hold on, was that when we were in the car and you had to use the bathroom?
That is not the time.
That's not that time. Okay, come on. Okay, never mind. Okay, all right, well, maybe that'll be for another episode.
Yeah, maybe that'll be for another
one. Okay, so we came back. Then we came back and then...
Yeah, we went out to the track.
Yes, we did.
Ran off our meal.
Yeah.
You decided you wanted to race me.
I tried to race you. I really thought that I was winning.
You did.
I always did thought like that.
Yeah. You know, in the brief seconds as we raced the 200. You know, this is our first date, so I'm thinking as a guy, I'm like, man, you can't dominate her on your first date. You gotta let her win because that's like the gentleman thing to do.
Yeah.
But then halfway through the race, you know, we said we got 100 in, 120, and I saw you actually had some serious speed.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you know what? Then my competitive juice kicked in. Like, I can't let her have it. I'm sorry.
You was young.
How's she gonna respect me?
But I liked your masculinity, so it was good. That was good. Your masculinity was dope.
We talked for a while.
We did.
Give you a piggyback
About
ride
family
to the bench.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Brothers
did.
and sisters, all
It
that
was
jazz.
at nighttime. Yeah.
Yeah. We go to the bench.
Piggyback ride. Oh yeah. The bench. Oh yeah.
On the Tiger Walk.
We
for
had a
those that see
magical kiss, honey. Yes, we did. All right.
Yeah, so you did.
Yeah.
Magic moment.
Yes.
Then like the date, it should have been older, but it wasn't. We
It
decided
wasn't
to go
over.
and watch Disney movies.
We watched a Disney movie.
We were 18 after a while. I was 18. She was just turned 19.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Apparently, Bennigan's betrayed me. I got sick.
You did get sick, and then I took care of you. You laid down in my dorm room, which was kind of like my little home. And then I gave you some medicine, and then you fell asleep. And then I slept on the couch while you slept in my bed.
Why'd you sleep on the couch?
I slept on the couch because I wanted you to feel comfortable, just like now. Like if you have a hard day's work, I let you have the whole bed, and you be like, "Girl, why you ain't in the bed?" I'm like, "Cause I want you to rest." Cause sometimes you be like you be in there, so I let you have the bed, cause I wanted you to get rest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's the reason why I
why.
fell in love with you, because you know what I'm saying, you showed genuine care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so anyway, fast forward 3 months later,
We got married.
we got married.
Yay!
We spent every day together.
We did.
From September to December. And then, you know, it was a discussion with one of my high school teachers about,
Oh yeah, Mr. Douglas, he's dope.
yeah,
was
Mr. Douglas.
dope.
Shout out Mr. Douglas. He's dope.
Yes, his music teacher.
And you know, he's just like, yo, do you love her? Yeah. Do you love him? Yes. Is there a way that y'all can take care of, you know, your family, where you can have eat and have a place to stay? Yeah. I had scholarship money plus a refund.
Yes, you
so
did.
I was bowling.
He's a smart kid.
And yeah, we decided we gonna get married. You know what I mean? Went through the adversity of the family intervention.
Honey, they didn't like me, honey. They thought I was a gold digger, and he didn't even have nothing at that time. He had the brain and the good spirit, but he didn't have
No
no
resources.
But you did have a scholarship, and you know your family comes from good, you know, like thinkers and everything. So they were possessive of you, but they didn't know me, you know, and we were young. Like we were young, you know, so they didn't know how serious I was.
Yeah.
To you, to God, like they didn't know that. So they just thought that I was just like, you know, gonna use you or whatever. Which they you know, I guess when
It
you
does
think
happen.
of the grand scheme of things, that possibility of how they felt was a real
It does happen.
concern.
It does happen.
They got a little about it, but they could have kind of toned it back a bit. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was unnecessary, but whatever. It was out of love.
Indeed. And so
Yeah.
now we're coming into the, and we want to give you a little bit of background, you know what I mean, as far as the discussion, and so you understand what it is. You know, we were 18. I was 18. You were 19 when we got married.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
was
mean?
19.
I'm 41 now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going on year 23.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Huh?
Wow.
Crazy, huh? You know what I mean? And so I want to make sure as we go into this conversation, into the various parts of this conversation, you know what I mean? Like we were young kids married.
Yeah.
There are pros and cons to that, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think that it's really important for it to be understood. You know, marriage works. Marriage can work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if an 18 and 19-year-old kid can figure out how to make it work, with God's help, of course.
Honey.
You know what I'm saying? Following the God's
To
blueprint.
God's help.
Like
What?
then marriage can work. You know, and so we want to kind of, now as we get into our life as far as being married people,
Okay.
we hope that those who are maybe contemplating marriage, desire to be married, are married, maybe going through rocky marriage, whatever the case, whatever status you find yourself in, I hope that some of the things that we share can resonate and that it makes sense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that you can find joy in your partnership.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's about. That's what it's designed to be.
Partnership. Yes.
Yeah, indeed. And so,
For sure.
early marriage, right? We get married, and we go to the courthouse.
Yes.
Get married.
Which was good enough. That was good for me.
Legal, it was all good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then we go and, we living together at the dorms.
Yes.
What's that like? Do you remember?
Yeah. For me, it was like being with you was like home. So it was just like whatever you needed, that's what I wanted to do. Because, like, I don't know if you said this, but when I was a little girl, like, I wanted to be married since I was 10 years old or something like that. I wanted to have a husband, and I wanted to take care of him. I remember being at my little cooking area, and I was cooking, and I was like, my little fake cooking area. And I was like, I want to cook for my husband, and at that time, my parents, they were on drugs, and so our life hadn't gotten crazy yet, but you knew that it was some instability in the home. You know what I mean? We were staying at a decent place, but they hadn't fallen yet.
Yeah.
And so at that time, my mom she cooked a little bit, and I was just thinking to myself, I was like, man, I want to have a husband. And like I said, I don't know if God put that in my heart or if I was just thinking, because at that time I wasn't really connected with my thoughts and how I felt. But nevertheless, I felt that, and I was like, I really want a husband, And so in the beginning of our relationship, it was just like at the apartment, I just wanted to take care of you. Like I wanted to love my husband, and take care of him, and that was about it. Like that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, likewise. You know what I mean? Like when I had my little jobs and stuff, I worked as a security guard for a while.
That was fun, right?
UMH overnight. You know,
Yeah.
like a mall cop. Worked at GameStop. You know what I'm saying? And then tried to sell knives with Cutco and sell vacuums with Kirby.
Yep.
Both of which were
Crazy.
a massive waste of time. Then I went and worked for UPS for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And,
Right.
like for me, it was just, I just wanted to make sure that you were okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you mentioned, your family history, and that wasn't the reason why I fell in love with you, but it was just, like when I learned about that, especially, I thought that you were a very nice person, and I wanted to make sure that like you were taken care of, and I think that's one of the main things when you talking about having a healthy and successful relationship is making sure that it's mutual care, mutual appreciation, mutual respect, mutual benefit.
Yeah.
Like, and, the scriptures talk about submit you one to another.
To another, yeah.
Indeed. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a husband submits to his wife. Like, how I can make you better, like, how I can take care of you, make sure that
Right.
you're okay.
Right.
Everybody's needs are different. That's why you got to know your own wife. You got to know your own husband. But that's the idea. Like, you lay down your life for your spouse.
Yes.
And that don't mean you trying to die, but that you
Yeah.
lay down your desires and you put that person's needs before you. Selfishness is the killer of any relationship. You see what I'm saying? And so, that's one of the things, I think that's one of the key ingredients to having till death do you part marriage is that you submit yourself to making sure that your spouse or your partner is okay.
Right.
Make sure that they have what they need, that they're good. You know what I mean? I remember being, being 18, going home telling my friends, like I got married. They're like, what? They just thought it was just crazy. They were like, well, what? Like they didn't even know what to think about it. I was like, yeah, man. Then after a while, it was kind of like, because they knew me.
Former and Jermaine?
Yeah, Jermaine, like Corey, Maddie, all them,
And you told
cats from
them?
neighborhood, yeah. And they were just like, well, congratulations, you know what I'm saying?
What else they gonna say at this point, I guess?
And it was like, I used to hang with my boys tough.
Yeah.
And I got married, I was just like, out.
Out, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
same here, but
yeah,
we were
like-
in our own
Yeah, like
world.
I'm a man. Like I got a wife now. Like that's it. It wasn't that I didn't like them no more or nothing like that. It's just I can't be out here hooping and playing basketball and like kicking it with my boys. And I got a wife at home. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I appreciated that because it could have been the other way around. You could have been out all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for someone who wants to get married, that's not a eunuch, like the scriptures talk about, that just doesn't want to get married because they have a desire to not be married or serve God. They want to get married, then like you have to have that mindset. And I appreciate that.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yes, indeed. You know what I mean? So The
I
early
would've
life
felt
was really
lonely.
really simple. You know what I'm saying? We had a whole lot of money at all. You know what I'm saying? Every dollar had a purpose.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
And food stamps and you know what I'm saying, help from here and there and all that kind of stuff. But we were able to, you know, piece together a little 1-bedroom apartment and, you know, had a little car. You know, my mama helped pay for that.
She did.
Shout out, Mama. I love you.
Nana, thank you.
And but I mean, at the end of the day, we tried to do our best to serve God. That was one of the most important things, and then to serve each other.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I said,
That's it.
You know, we had our little life. We were our little team.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We had our partnership, and that was it. That was it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you make sure I'm good, I make sure you good, and we got each other's back.
Yep.
You know. So then kids start coming into the play.
Yep.
We have 4 children.
Mm-hmm. We
You
have
know what I
4
mean?
kids.
Which is, like I said, like the 1960 numbers.
Yeah, because when people ask us, like, you got 4 kids, it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
But I
man.
guess people are having 2 kids, 1 kid now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like, you know, the American dream is, you know, white picket fence, son and a daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
2 kids.
Yeah.
That's the dream. I mean, we doubled up on them.
Yeah, yay.
And, you know, and you know,
You wanted 4 kids,
I
though.
did, and you didn't.
I didn't want 4 kids because I only wanted, I think, 1 kid. And the reason why I only wanted 1 is because I did not think I had the mental capacity to take care of multiple kids. Because in my mind and in my spirit,
Our children are actually here in
Yeah,
the
they in the
background,
back looking.
silly.
but no, I didn't think that I could take care of multiple kids
Yeah.
because I had my own issues and I really hadn't sorted them out, you know? And now I really know now I did not sort them out. As I'm older now and God has taken me through a lot of things that only he could have done.
Yeah.
But with God's help, and because I said, well, you wanted to have 4 kids. So I said, well, I'm going to do the will of God and I'm going to give you 4 kids because I'm your wife. I love you. And God gave me the strength through scriptures to like not be selfish, not be, you know, boastful or prideful, or just have the spirit of love and to take care of all of them. You know what I mean? To have the mindset of Christ, the truth, and just like if they got on my nerves or whatever, like, okay, calm down, or take advice that's given to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you taught me a lot, and the sisters, all the older women, they taught me a lot, you know.
Yeah, I mean, healthy mentors.
But I didn't think that I could. That's why. It wasn't because I didn't know what I wanted, but I know that I didn't think that I could. That's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure.
You know, it's funny. I remember, you know, we have our children. Josiah, he's the oldest, and
Yes.
there's Jeremiah. He's number 2. Then we have a 3rd son. He's Micaiah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we tried one more time.
And you got
for
your
the
daughter.
girl, and we got
Because
that
you wanted the
got
little
that
girl.
girl.
And I was so happy for you.
Yeah.
And when you saw her, you were like, oh, her pretty little lips. She was so cute.
It's really funny because, you know, they all come out all pale, you know what I'm saying, no color.
Yeah, they do. They do. Saya came out with blue eyes.
Yeah, and then it's like, but you can like after having 3 boys, I immediately could tell like, yo, this one look different. Like it's like a little girl. Like her
Yeah.
features are so like soft and
My
like.
pregnancy was different with her. It's like she
Yeah.
sucked all the estrogen out of me.
That's interesting, man. You talk about pregnancy.
Yeah.
Look,
Talk about it?
Yeah, like pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? Like
what?
you're trying to bear children.
Yeah.
Like obviously everybody's journey is different, but
When I was young, I didn't really realize this, but having children, you really don't. When you're having them, you're pregnant and you're like doing and you're like going through the process. But now older, I process it and I understand like going through that. I wish I was more thoughtful throughout the process of just taking naps. You know, because an older sister told me, she said,
sleep definitely comes at the pre.
she said, sleep when the babies sleep. I think maybe not even, I don't know if a saint told me that, but I think it was just like some help, you know, that was told to me from an older woman or something like that. But they were like, sleep when the baby is sleeping. You would tell me like, make sure you eat, take care of yourself, you know, all those things. Like the small things that people tell you, you know, listen to that advice. But having kids, it's just, having children is a blessing. To feel the baby in your body it was beautiful to me. To nurse was such a beautiful thing for me because I didn't have the closeness with my parents, so having that closeness with the kids was really therapeutic for me. And I think now, as I'm older now, it's like it was a little too therapeutic. I think I held on to them a little too tight, you know. But that's just growing and learning to let go and stuff like that. But like nursing and having kids and just the process of bearing kids and things like that, it's a journey, but it's a blessing. And that's to have a whole nother kid inside of you is like, it's just, yeah, to have another human being and they move and like, it's just, it's beautiful. It really is. It's like no other feeling on earth. It really is. And then to deal with a whole nother human is like, I don't see how people do it in their sanity without God. I'm serious. Like, I don't see it. I don't see, because like, even dealing with other human beings, but like dealing with these little people is like, you really need guidance. Yeah. You need help, honey. From God, I tell you. Because, yeah.
Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
No, yeah. It's okay.
Anyway, no, I mean, it's really an interesting thing when you're dealing with, we have 4 kids, so you know what I'm saying, like watching them all of them 2 years apart, so they all kind of coming up together, and it's really an interesting thing when you see how different each of them are. This is something that people talk about all the time. Yeah. But like early on, I was really trying to be mindful about, okay, I need to raise them each as individuals. I mean. When you have that many kids, you kind of get bunched. Everybody kind of get bunched together. You know what I mean? But like, you got to remember, like, when you are dealing with them, you got to deal with them each as individual souls. You know what I mean? And this, we talking about marriage, and like, that's one of the things that really strain marriages too is children. How you deal with children between spouses. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people, I know a lot of women be like, "That's my baby." And they cherish their relationship with their children more than their husband. You know what I mean? And that's like, ought not be. You know
and
what
that could be for several different reasons.
Indeed. And like I say, it's one of the things we always try to do. Excellent, but we try to keep it real always on the show. Everybody, we understand everybody's situation is not ideal. Yeah. Everybody's partner or spouse is not ideal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got their issues, and some more than others. You know what I mean? But ultimately, like, if you want to be happy in your marriage, then this is the route that you got to go in order to find happiness. Yeah, to find peace. You know what I'm saying? But like, raising your children, like, it's a day-to-day thing. Like, just like people look at, it's the same concept, almost like I said, like social media. People take pictures of their babies and they go to the park. And it's these moments, you know what I'm saying? But like, raising a child is not moments. It's like consistent day after day. You dealing with the good stuff. You have your good moments, everybody laughing and giggling. And then you got the other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like the bad stuff, the boo-boo and the pee in the bed, or boo-boo on themselves, and all. Making messes, breaking stuff. You know what I mean? You had a really hard time. You used to love to keep your house, and decorate your home and keep everything nice and cute. That was your thing.
I used to love that.
And then we had the babies.
Well, we had babies and we had dogs.
Yeah, man.
And so having babies and having dogs, like, I learned through godliness, like, let it go. This stuff is like gonna perish, so don't worry too much about it. Like, let it go, and then let them live. Yeah. Because I used to be around people that put plastic on furniture and stuff. How people living like that? Like, kids can't get on the furniture, sticky. Honey. Like, goodness gracious, yeah. Yeah,
man. But you know what I'm saying? Like, going through that process, you breastfeeding and like being up late at night, and I had to go to work, and so it was just that whole situation. Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like, people sick, babies sick, people get like I said, it's a lot, but like I said, you just got to continue to always remember, we have a saying, you know what I mean, that we run together.
We run together. I made a song about that.
Yeah, you did. She sings too, by the way.
We both sing. Both of us sing. Yeah.
And You know,
we used to sing
oh yeah,
with headphones on, with tone deaf, and laugh at each other because we had the headphones on. We couldn't hear each other.
Indeed, turn the music all the way up.
Yeah,
you sing
it
it all,
was so
can't hear
cool.
it's tone deaf.
This was when we was
Tear it
younger.
and record it. Yeah, simple fun. You know what I'm saying?
Simple fun.
Because we had no money to do that now.
Yeah. But the saying we run together, yeah.
Yeah, man, and that's where it needs to be. Like y'all have to be partners, man. Like we
Mm-hmm.
run together. Like I got your back, you got mine. It ain't always gonna be easy.
No.
We're not always gonna see eye to eye and be, you know, on the same page and like be happy about the situation. But like at the end of the day, we gonna maintain our partnership. You know what I mean? Because when you become a marriage, that's what it is. It's a partnership.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you could be on any other team and be like, yo, I'm down for the team. People be like sports fans and be down for the team and like buy all the jerseys and watch all the games. You know, women be dedicated to, you know, certain TV shows and, you know, the Beehive and all this kind of stuff. It's just like, yo, it's the same concept. You're dedicated to your marriage, dedicated to your unit, dedicated to your team. Of course.
That's one thing that if you can get when you're young, because see, I didn't get that. I didn't get like the partnership thought process. I was just doing it because I loved you and I loved God. I was just doing it for that reason. I didn't think of servitude in the sense of you need me. You know what I mean? I didn't think of the partnership like that. But I think it's good to understand that because there are going to be harder times that's going to come, and you need to understand this person is depending on you.